recruit from Noble Park, and big things expected of him. As the umpire ready to start play, first bounce, round one, Dromana versus Hastings. The umpire ready to plant the ball up into the air, and away he goes. Falconer and Mulhurran, good tap there. Slocum, first clear possession, kicked it forward, terrific mark in front. And that's being taken down there by Dromana, and I think that's Daniel Waddell. So he come across from Frankston YCW this year, and Waddell takes the first mark for the Tigers. Quick centre clearance there.
Yeah, absolutely. Fired that straight in, and it nearly went straight through his chest.
So Waddell kicked 5 goals for the Tigers last week in their loss against Sereno. Sets the ball long, and certainly made a name for himself with the Stone Cats as a defender. So in an unlikely position up forward, but certainly proved his worth last week.
Yeah, absolutely. Now it's
Damien Stone it is to bring the ball back into play for the Blues, crossing over from Karingal during the pre-season, goes out to the outer side of the ground. Our position there was Mulhurran, looking for a free kick taken there by Hunter. So I think it's Michael Hunter who's got the footy now for the Tigers. Sends the ball into attack. Pack flies. Nobody could take the mark there for the Tigers, but it's Hull who zips back and takes the mark in the last line of defence for the Blues. Wants to play on. An ungamely kick. Kicked it down the throat there of Jared Wood. Broke a couple of tackles. Hastings defence working well. Crowd calls ball. The umpire has found a free kick. It's going against Hastings, David Hull, and Ricky Johnson. I thought it might be Jared Wood. It's Jared Wood who's going to take the free kick for the Tigers, about 45 metres out from goal. Kicking towards the scoreboard end in the opening quarter, the Tigers. Kicks the ball long. He's pushed it across the face through for another minor score. So the Tigers doing all the attacking early.
That's it. Getting plenty of numbers back behind the ball. Just on that sort of 50-metre arc, there's a big long line of Dromana players. So just kind of locking it in at this point, Toey.
They are, as Andy Keeley, another ex-Frankston YCW player who's playing for an opposition side. A lovely click. Kicked it straight down the throat of the vice-captain, David Hull. He moved the ball quickly, found there in Damien Stone. Further up the ground, needs to be a good kick. Wasn't coming flying through there. That was Luke Hewitt, went with the elbow. Great play there by Jared McVeigh. Well, might be Colin McVeigh. I think he's no relation to Jared, who's captain of the Sydney Swans.
Yeah, I was interested to see that name show up on the Hastings list.
So the ball comes down. Good play there by Clark. Gets brought to the ground. Umpire said the ball was held in. Great tackle there, Tony Mirabella, another newcomer.
That's it.
For the Blues.
A local boy originally, Tony from Tyab, Hastings area.
So Josh Mulhurran couldn't get the tap. Falconer did. Fall at the ball. Good pick up there. It was good play there by Wheeler. Eventually came out to Dylan Hand. Left foot kick up towards the goal square at the back of the pack. Couldn't take the mark. Goes again. Left foot snap. Jason Kessel. Couldn't kick it. Goes across the face and through over the line out of bounds. So left forward pocket for the Blues. Transition was good for them on that occasion.
Absolutely. It's sort of shot from one end to the other in about 2 minutes. Some nice quick footy by the Blue Boys.
So the ball about to come back into play again. Out they go. Falconer got front position for the ball. Great play. Right foot snap was terrific by Tony Mirabella. And he kicks the first goal for the Blues in his new colours. And they get on the board. 1 straight 6 points. Leading Dromana 2 behinds. So a nice start there for the Blues. Tony Mirabella getting his hands on it a couple of times.
They're up and about, Hastings. They're all getting around each other. There's a good buzz happening.
So he kicked 70 goals last season, Tony Mirabella, for the club that he came from. I think in the Alberton League, but a lovely start. He's deep in the full forward line. He's got Clark on him. They might be looking at changing that one before the day's out, I suspect. Held without it there. Got to be a free kick to Taylor Stratton. So Stratton, very, very good player. Played in league footy for Casey last year. That wasn't his greatest effort. Kick to Rogash, the co-captain. Little tap there towards Damien Stone. Went towards McVeigh. Little bit too much on the kick and the ball goes over the line out of bounds. Members side wing. McVeigh stands the mark. The Tigers to bring the ball back into play. McVeigh just barking some instructions. A short kick. Found Minchington. So Minchington's got the ball now on the members wing. Wants something short. Falconer's asking for it on the 50-metre line. He's got a couple to beat. That was a lovely way to kick. Found Toby Banks on the 50. Wanted to play on. Held up nicely. Goes in short now for the lead of Waddell. Couldn't take the mark. Crashing through was magnificent there. Nick Rains. His brother plays for the Brisbane Lions. His father, of course, played for Richmond. Jeff Rains. And There's big raps on number 14 down there for the Blues in Nick Rains. He's got the footy now. Goes in short. Nice little kick. Finds Hull. Didn't get a lot of distance, but certainly opened the game up. Another handball over to Rains. Not his greatest kick. Ball cut off there by Hutchison. And the ball goes over the line and out of bounds. So left forward pocket for the Tigers. They trail by 4 points. Dromana 2 behinds. Visitors, that being Hastings, 1 straight 6 points. Ball back into play again. Good work there. That was by Ben King over from Crib Point. Ducking his head there was Damien Stone. Plenty of players in on the ball there. Umpire's going to be forced to come in. No, little quick kick out from Rains. Lucks of fortune. Steve Hull grabs the ball. Defensive 50. Goes wide out of side of the ground. Up and under. Terrific.
Goodness.
Great mark there by Luke Hewitt. Wants to play on. Does so now. Goes inside 50. Hand comes out. Couldn't take the mark. Punched away from him. Good defence by the Tigers. And the ball goes over the line out of bounds. So defensive 50. Out of side of the ground. The Blues lead by 4 points. As we said, 19 different players on the ground today compared to the time that the last time these two sides met was in the quarter final, or the qualifying final last year at Frankston Park. So the free kick's been plucked out. It's going to Taylor Stratton. Let's see if his second kick can be a little bit better. That's a lovely kick. Left footer gave the young fella there in Tony Mirabella every opportunity. Wants to play on. Has a pot shot for goal. Colin McVeigh at the back takes the mark. So Mirabella's had his hand in a couple already, and McVeigh will line up for goal. Tight angle, but Mirabella all over it at the minute.
That's it. He's come out. He's come out on fire. Peter Mawson on for Hastings. Just switch with Steve Hull. I think he's having a breather.
So Colin McVeigh, the mercurial one, will have a shot up against the boundary line. Coming in now as Paul Minchington leaves a feed, gives himself some space, runs around, kicks the goal, he likes it. It's the second goal to the Blues. They get on the board for the second time. 2 straight 12, Dromana 2 behind. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
For the past 30 years and across 2 generations, our family has been making wine in the beautiful Kangerong Valley, just inland from Dromana on the Mornington Peninsula. Hi there, I'm Gary Crittenden of Crittenden Estate. Why don't you visit our cellar door at Harrison's Road in Dromana to discover our range of quality wines? While there, you might like a bite of lunch at the on-site restaurant Stillwater, owned and operated by Zach and Jackie Poulier. And of course, you can visit us online at crittendenwines.com.au.
An RPP FM sponsor.
Mulhurran up against the big fella in Falconer again for the Tigers. He's got the ink all over the arms. Looks a treat out there. Picture of fitness. The Blues have got away to a flyer in the Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard. 2 straight 12 to 2 behinds. Toe punt joined this afternoon by Paul Satter, doing special comments as the ball comes out to Mick Ignello. Couldn't get his kick to it. Going up there to the members' wing. Attacking the footy there was Kane Stratton. Peter Mawson, who's recently come onto the field, taps the ball over the line out of bounds. Tigers just need to kick one and settle, Paul.
Yeah, mate. It's just the Blues using the footy once it hits in the forward line. Simple as that, really. And they're defending well as well.
So Falconer got the front position. Mulhurran got the tap. Comes out there towards Taylor Stratton again. Lead foot snap around the corner. There is Rogash. Handball to Mawson. Cleared some traffic. Was good. Gave it out there towards David Hull, the vice captain. Goes out wide looking for Kessel. Kessel leads in the race for it. Playing forward. Usually plays as a defender. He wants to go back inboard. Kick was terrific. Rains, who's got a long kick on him, goes out wide. Lovely kick. That was a beautiful kick and a terrific build-up there from the Blues. Did not panic at any stage, and I think it might be Dylan Hand who's got the mark.
Absolutely. Very cool, calm and collected, as you've said. They're just hitting their targets at the moment, and it's looking beautiful out there. It's zipping around.
So the Blues have got the ball, 50. There it's Hull, in fact. He gave it off to Kessel, who ran around the back. Loves a long kick. Kessel kicks towards the goal square. Luck not on his side on this occasion, through for a minor score. So the first blemish for the Blues on the Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard sees them 2 goals, 1-13. Dromana 2 behinds, and the ball's brought straight back into play out towards the wing position for the Tigers. The umpire's found a free kick. It's going Hastings' way. It'll go in favour there of Damien Stone. So Stone goes short, looking for and finding the coach. Glenn Mickey likes what he sees short as well. There's Rains. He's been get off the leash. He goes long up towards the point of the square. Needs a fly. Colin McVeigh came over the top, couldn't get his mitts on it, and the ball goes over the lines. A bit of a how do you do down there
That's
too.
it. Bit of a hustle. Plenty of fire still in this game, which is good to see.
Jane Aratsoglu went toe-to-toe on that occasion. Was looking for a free kick. The umpire said no, give it back to the boundary umpire. We'll throw the ball in, right forward pocket. For the Blues, doing all the attacking in the last 5 minutes. Good work there by Luke O'Neill. Got the tap out. Plenty of Blues in there. In there is Daniel Wishart. Haven't seen much of him just yet. Dodging and weaving in there. The Blues trying to get out of trouble. The umpire found a free kick, holding the ball, going against the young fella there in Steve Robb. And Daniel Lee will take the free kick. Kicks the ball out wide. Was a nice kick. Gave his teammate plenty of opportunity up towards Banks. Going with the fly to the ball was Wheeler, and Terry Wheeler takes the mark. Goes in short, looking for a teammate, finds him now. Good work there by Christian Ongarello. Cop one a little bit high. Best on ground by a street, this man last week, Onga. He goes in short, looking for the lead. Waddell couldn't take the mark. Banks front and centre, terrific roving. Left foot snap at goal. Should have did more with that. Goes through for a minor score.
Still a bit unsettled yet, the Tigers. They just need to take their time getting into the forward line a bit.
Blues waste no time bringing the ball in. Should have been a free kick against him. Ricky Johnson tackled. Couldn't get his handball. He does now. Goes towards Hutchison. Couldn't take the ball cleanly. Goes back to Johnson again. Fumbling. Pressure of the Blues is terrific. Head down. Bum up. They're all in there. The umpire's going to come in and bounce it. Terrific work there by the Blues. Their pressure outstanding.
Absolutely. Just locking it in at every opportunity, which is great. The Tigers really struggling to get it into their forward line at present.
Luke O'Neill up in the ruck against Ben King. Good work there by O'Neill. He butted up nicely. Pulled down without it was Braden Dennis. Umpire said no, free kick there. Good work, Andy Keeley's got some support. It's Stratton again. Stratton kicks the ball up towards the wing position. Chipping in and taking the mark there was Michael Hunter. His brother not playing today. He's got a wedding and not able to take part in today's game, but his brother Michael's there. Kicks up towards Toby Banks, and they're really falling down across half forward. Just not enough. Banks seems to be the hit-up player across half forward, Paul, too consistently.
That's it. They're absolutely looking for him down there, and I think they need to begin to start looking for some other options because the Blues are all over him at present.
They are indeed as the ball spills down to young Gertz. Little handball out towards Hogan. Sold some candy, was nice. Set sail on the left. That's better from the Tigers. That was beautiful work there by Liam Hogan. And they get there first, the Tigers. They move to 1-3-9, trailing Hastings 2-1-13. That's on the Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard. So great play there by Hogan. Just sold that little bit of candy. And, well, terrific work. They needed that one. We've played over 10 minutes in the opening term, and they certainly needed to get on the board. The Tigers, it's been all Hastings in the last 10 minutes of the game.
Has indeed, and some new boys just getting up and about. As you said, Tony Mirabella and Damien Stone, a few of those other blokes, finding plenty of it.
They are going in without it. There's Stone now, almost on cue. It was. He gave it out to McVeigh, kicked it out wide to the coach there in Glenn Mickey. Couldn't take the mark, and the balls went over the line and out of bounds. Out of sight of the ground, about 50 metres around from the Blues goal. Roger McMillan, Real Estate Dromana, 211B Point Nepean Road in Dromana, looking after us with the best on ground this afternoon. So for all your real estate agent needs in Dromana, look no further than Roger McMillan Real Estate. As the ball comes out there towards Ricky Johnson, sweeping handball, gave it to Michael Hunter. Comes out towards the members' wing. Keeley's got the sit, was far too easy for him. Just sat under it and took the mark. Nudged his opponent there in Daniel Gertz under the ball and did it with ease. So great play there by Keeley. Kicks it up towards McVeigh. Took a ripper. A magnificent mark on the members' 50. Colin McVeigh plays on immediately. Kicks it up towards Mirabella. Can he equal the cause? He can. He takes a contested mark. And the coach, Glenn Mickey, said through the week, keep an eye on this bloke. He kicked 70 goals last year. He will get under the guard of his opponents this season, and already he's had a hand in one. He's kicked one himself, and he's going for goal number 2. So his father and grandfather, big names at the Hastings Football Club. Tony Mirabella comes in to kick the goal. He might have pushed it across the face. He has. Through for a minor score. 2-2-14 Hastings. Dromana 1-3-9. 5-point ball game. Ryan Dromana Community Bendigo Bank scoreboard. What a mark by McVeigh.
Oh, must be suffering a bit of altitude sickness after that one. That was a screamer.
It was terrific stuff. A worrying kick in. It went to Liam Hogan. He's been good for them so far. Has kicked the goal. got the ball, defensive 50 for the Tigers. Not much to kick to. Their press is fantastic at the moment, the Blues. You look across half back and you got Keeley and you got Range. You got plenty of players there making life very, very, very difficult for the Tigers as the ball goes over the line out of bounds. Half forward line for the Blues. They lead by 5 points. So David Hull back on the ground. So swinging the rotations. Luke O'Neill. Fresh airy. Mawson for Hastings. Comes out to Rains. Fell into the wall there of Lee and Hogan. Still working at ground level. Both teams. The umpire forced to come in and restart play. Wing position out of side of the ground. No, there's a free kick. No. Certainly Taylor Stratton thought there was a free kick to him, but the umpire's bringing it back. He'll take a bounce. So the umpire calls the clock back on. We're ready to go again. Up they go. O'Neill versus the young fella there in King. O'Neill it was this time. Slocum versus Keeley. Good work there by both players. Keeley was happy to see the boundary line and forced the ball over. He did. So another boundary throw in. The Tigers just working it forward. Just defensive side of half forward for them. Luke O'Neill over the back was good. Needed to handball the ball out there to Scotty Joyce. He decided to take the ball to ground. Not sure who that was. I think it might be Daniel Gertz who took the ball to ground on that occasion. So the umpire will bounce the ball again. Plenty of numbers around the ball, as you'd suspect. O'Neill got the tap straight down the throat of Stone. He's been prominent. Rains is in there. Handball came out. Goes to Liam Hogan again. What can he find up front? Not much. Banks is in the front position. I reckon it was taken at the back, though. It was. And the free kick going out there to the Blues. Plays on immediately out towards the members' side of the ground. That was David Hull's. Been in everything. Short kick was nice. Found his brother Steve. Another short kick. Goes out wide, looking for Lance Brewer. Handball inside, wasn't the greatest. Taylor Stratton gets the ball. Hull working as well. They got numbers everywhere here. Great little handball out there from Kane Stratton to Taylor, and up they go up towards half forward. Terrific work there by the Blues to work it out of defence. But equally up to the task there was Ricky Johnson, who smashed the ball over the line and out of bounds.
Yeah, the Tigers just struggling to find a target in that forward line. They seem to be a little bit mismatched for height and just struggling to sort of get their hands on it at present.
They are indeed, as the ball goes, hits the deck again. Wheeler didn't pick the ball up, goes out to O'Neill. Hogan again. Like I said, certainly been their best player. Comes out there towards Wood. Wood should have taken that ball with him, didn't. There's a free kick and it's going to Steve Hull. Little bit of how do you do off the ball there. There's been reversal, head high. And it's going against Steve Robb, and it's going to go down there towards Jared Wood. So Wood's got the ball, true members wing position right in front of the Dromana coach's box. Goes in short, wasn't a great kick. Wheeler needs to use his speed here, needs to be calm under pressure. Gertz in some trouble. Handball to Clark. Pressure's enormous. He's in all sorts of trouble. Terrific tackle. Great play there by Daniel Wishart. Laid the big tackle, and now he plays on immediately from half back. He's got something that he likes out wide. It was Kessel, couldn't take the mark. Pressure was terrific. The turnover was caused. Comes out there towards Kessel again, who backed it up beautifully. Runs to 50. Inside 50 now to Mickey. Mickey one grab two, couldn't take the mark. Naratsaglu gave him one to go on with. Mickey didn't like it, and they're just introducing themselves to one another down there against the boundary line. Right forward pocket for the Blues.
That's it, having a bit of a kiss and a cuddle by the looks of it. Terry Wheeler just finding a little bit of traffic there. I think what really got him stuck in the end was just running into some of his own players.
Well, there's been a free kick plucked out. Maybe a little bit too much love from Jay Naratsaglu has resulted in Glenn Mickey with the ball in his hand up against the boundary line, holding it banana style. Can he nail it from here? Right foot snap across the face of the goal, out of bounds on the full. So a bit of justice there for the Tigers. Not sure there was too much in it. Both players having a dip. So the free kick going down there towards the Tigers, and that'll go to Michael Hunter. Looking up the ground, not a lot to go to. Daniel Gormley wants it. He's going in that direction. He's got to have Keeley over his shoulder. Keeley pushed him in the back. Umpire said no. Clever handball there from Mitchington. Nobody could get the footy. Taking the ball there was Gertz. Got one in the back. there from his opponent, number 19. That's Will Jolly. Will Jolly's not playing out, so Corey Mallory must have his number on this afternoon. So those looking in the footy record, Will Jolly's not playing, but I think Corey Mallory, number 19, might be wearing his jumper this afternoon. That was magnificent play there by Kane Stratton. Geez, he read the ball well. Clever handball to Rains. Super impressive stuff from the Blues again out of defence. Found Dylan Hand, who's got the ball centre wing, outer side of the ground. He's got some big targets up front. Mirabella's one of them. Couldn't take the mark. Spilled over the back. Wheeler has got to put on the afterburners. Terrific tackle. That's holding the ball in anybody's language. Great tackle there by Stephen Hull. And Hull will have a shot for goal. About 45, 50 metres out from goal. Slight angle. Terrific stuff again, the Blues.
Absolutely. Getting plenty of it. Getting their hands on it. And just working really well to create space in that forward line.
So, Stephen Hull. Not a notable goal kicker for the Blues. But, and that's probably why, sold it short and through for a minor score. So they move on to 2 goals, 3-15. Dromana 1-3-9. A goal the difference on the Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard. Ball comes into play. Naratsaglu doesn't waste any time on that occasion. Found Michael Hunter. Needs to be good on this kick. This is where they've been falling down a bit. Ball goes out wide. Good kick it was. Found Scott Joyce. A youngster in the team goes further afield. Hutchison's got to work. He's got to start working a bit harder.
Raise Frankston and make it yours. Tents, clothes, four-wheel drive accessories, barbecues and camping. We have all the right gear to get you and your family into the great outdoors. Fishing, hiking, kayaks, travel, footwear, workwear and more. Come in and check out our grand reopening specials at Ray's Outdoors, 24 McMahon's Road, Frankston. Make the outdoors yours at Ray's Outdoors.
Spilled over the back and he kicked the goals. We're all locked up. 2-3-15 apiece on the Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard.
That's it. Back to a level playing field, although I think the behinds are telling the story a bit at present. We have a look, Dromana with
You're
9.
looking for authentic contemporary art by local Indigenous artists. You must come and explore Baluk Arts at 6 Bruce Street, Mornington.
It's a lot more than I thought.
The Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard, just having some fun with you there, Paul.
That's it.
On your RPP footy debut.
Yeah.
Doing beautifully you are, no doubt about it. Josh Mulharen, the big sauce. We love him here in the Red Rooster restaurant on wheels as the ball gets tapped down there by Falconer, who's also on the ground. Would like to see him spending a little bit more time. A little bit of crashing and burning in there. Sweeping handball came out from Hunter. Found there by Ricky J. Johnson, a lovely kick, was beautiful. Starting to move the footy a little bit quicker now. Jared Wood goes into the centre of the ground. Falconer, good. Went to go for the handball, looking for a 50-metre penalty. Loved the green wheels. Gave the handball off. Wasn't great. Jared Wood's got to go with the left foot now. Kicks it up. Great work there by the source. Couldn't take the mark. Anthony Brunn round the corner. Couldn't kick the goal. And I think he might have sprayed it right across the face through and out of bounds on the full. So as you can see there, the Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard, 2-3-15 apiece. As I think one of the kids might have just jumped the fence and taken off with the new Sharon. No, Anthony Keeley's got it in his mitt right now, so he'll bring the ball back into play. Dan Gormley standing to mark. They need to be a little bit tighter in here, the Tigers' defence, a little bit the Tigers' forwards. Great there by Gormley, he smothered it. Kicked out there by Hutchinson, kicks the goal. Keeley kicked it into the man on the mark. And the Tigers made them play, and all of a sudden, after dominating the majority of this quarter, the Tigers find themselves in front.
That's it. Keeley will be hating that. I think just one of those little things that one of those little things that you never can account for, and it can cost you so much.
Certainly did on that occasion. Cost him the 6 points. And the Tigers are back in front. They kicked the first 2 behinds of the game before Hastings kicked the first goal. But Dromana have kicked back, and they're back in the contest. Great work there by Falconer again. He's got to stay in the middle of the ground. You've got to move the ball quickly. Gertz didn't. Got one a little bit high. Umpire said play on. Good work there by McVeigh. Little left foot kick looking for Mawson. Finds him now. Terrific tackle there by Slocum. Butted it up well. It wasn't him. It was Joyce. Kicks the ball to half forward. But again, this is where they're falling down. Mallory got caught. He's got some time on his hands though. Goes out to Paul Rogash, and Rogash takes the mark. A lovely one at that.
Absolutely kept his eye on that one.
He did. Kicks the ball in the centre of the ground. Found Daniel Wishart. Wants to play on. Does so now. Kicks the ball high. Sitting under it's Mirabella. Couldn't take the mark. The defence was hard on that occasion by the Tigers. Good handball out from Daniel Lee. Kicks it up towards the wing position. Wheeler's got to go. He's got to put on the afterburners. Decided not to. Went backwards. Goes to Adele. Kicks it inside 50. Goes for Hutchison. Couldn't take the mark. Toby Banks front and centre. Usually doesn't miss these ones, but he has this one.
Bit of a wobbly old kick, that one. I wasn't convincing straight off the boot.
Great work there by Toby Banks, though. He was front and centre, taking the mark there is Kane Stratton. Little handball in was good. Rogash kicks the ball up towards half forward. A few to beat. Good work there by Kessel. Mawson at the front of the ball. Sweeping handball. Daniel Lee in there. Got one high there, the Blues player. And I reckon that might be Jason Kessel down there. It is. Gives Daniel Lee one to go on with as well. And Ryan Slocum's just given away 50, I reckon. He is. He ran straight through him. Dromana crowd can get stuck into him as much as they possibly want, but there was 50 there every day of the week. And Jason Kessel will line up for goal directly in front. Gavin Artico, the Dromana coach, not too happy with his vice-captain on that occasion, and rightfully so.
No, absolutely. A stupid thing to do, and it's cost him now, so I'll have to bounce back from that.
So Jason Kessel loves a goal. He's a beautiful kick of the footy. Usually kicks it as straight as a die. And he sprayed this one. It's hit the woodwork. So you give a guy a rap. That's what happens every single time. Dromana crowd like it. They don't believe there was a 50-metre penalty there. And it's back to a 5-point ball game on the Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard. Ricky Johnson ready to bring the ball back into play for the Tigers. Usually a very reliable kick. Naratsaglu's got to go. Couldn't take the mark. They've got plenty of numbers around the footy here. Mitchington got one in the back. Umpire said play on. Comes down towards Slocum. He's got a lift after giving away that 50-metre penalty. This is where they're falling down at half forward. Agnello has got plenty of time to get the footy. Size up his options. Rains. He's got him at defensive 50, centre of the ground. Good work. Kicks the ball up long. Wasn't the greatest of kicks. Put McVeigh under pressure. He was good enough to get out, sold the candy, took a bounce, ran to 50, got smothered. Mickey went for it, couldn't take the footy. Coming out hard there was terrific play. Handball inside to Hull. Hull gives another one to McVeigh. McVeigh goes short. Terrific build up there by the Blues, and it ends up with Glenn Mickey. No one stands the mark. Undisciplined play, has a shot for goal and nails it for a behind. So through for a point, and thanks for the crowd for just letting me know whether it's a goal or a point. Much appreciated. And the ball, it did miss it. You're welcome to come up here and commentate if you like. As the ball comes in here, Daniel Lee kicks the ball up towards half back. Good work there by Falconer. Couldn't take the mark. Good kick in there by Mawson. Chipped off there by Hunter was terrific. Kicks the ball in the centre of the ground. Good work, Hutchison. Sweeping handball. Needs some support. Scotty Joyce gets it. Tucks it under his arm. Kicks it up there towards half forward. Banks couldn't take the mark. Thought the ball was good. Going in there was Gormley. Good support. Left foot snap around the corner. Terrific play, Dromana. Very, very good play. And Duck Waddell's got the ball up against the boundary line. And we'll have a shot for goal to put Dromana's fourth on the board.
Yeah, the Tigers looking the best at the moment when they're running that ball through the middle of the ground. They're just finding their players and they're hitting their targets a lot better when they can move the ball through that sort of centre square.
So Daniel Waddell just off the one step, set sail. The umpire doing some work there, through for a minor score. So it's 3 goals 5 to 2 goals 5. That's on the Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard. So Andy Keeley to bring the ball back into play. This time couldn't find his target again. Mallory got a handball over the top. Smothered again. Gives Braden Dennis an opportunity. Runs inside 50 and hits the timber. And another minor score again. Almost made him pay with a smother off the boot.
That's it. Second time now. He'll be thinking about just putting a little bit more pepper into this one.
So Andy Keeley struggling to get the ball out of defence this time, as Paul Satter predicted. He went long on this occasion. Good work there by Ben King. Tapped it down. Slocum sweeping handball. Good work there by Wheeler. Sammy Gertz sweeping handball again. It was more of a handball than hope. Comes down there towards Mallory. Banks in there doing some work. Gormley lays a tackle. Nobody could get the footy out. Working hard in there was Damien Stone for the Blues. Finally a kick out by Magnello. Good play there by McVeigh. Went back with a fly to the ball. Was good tough stuff. Daniel Lee's got it now. He's got a couple to burn. Gets a handball. Good tackle there. Good work there by Hewitt. Hewitt handballs the ball and eventually it goes over the line out of bounds. So great work there by Daniel Lee off the ball. Good work there by Anthony Brunn to lend support. So both teams going hard at the footy at the moment. Boundary umpire blowing hard. And it'll be Ben King up against Falconer. So Falconer got his hands to it on that occasion again. He's been good in the ruck. Ball goes down. Rob decides to leave it for Stephen Hull. Goes back towards Andy Keeley. Andy Keeley on the left goes towards the boundary line. McVeigh, good again. Goes in short. Picked out Ricky Johnson, who's got to go. He does. Gave it to Clark, who can put on the afterburners. Does now. Kicks it out towards half forward. Hutchison forced under the footy. The umpire said not much there. Terrific tackle there. Braden Dennis. Hutchison followed up and luck's a fortune for the Blues because the Tigers were on the march. And at quarter time here in the round one game between Dromana and Hastings, as Dromana 3 goals, 6-24. Leading Hastings 2 goals, 5-17. That's on the Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard. We'll go to a quick break and we'll be back with the quarter time wrap. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Today's match is brought to you by Roger McMillan Real Estate Dromana. Remember, if you're buying or
Don't
selling
just
a
dream
house,
about the great
Roger
outdoors.
McMillan Real
Ripping a
Estate
raised
can-
Interesting to see that the big fellow Falconer not starting in the ruck in this second quarter. He's on the pine. So did such a good job in that early part of the first quarter. So it'll be Luke O'Neill up against Mulhurran. Great work there by Wishart. Got a handball. Didn't find anyone though. Liam Hogan grabbed the footy. Kicked it out wide. Great mark. Gormley took the mark for the Tigers on the outer wing position. Ungamely kicking style, but geez, it's effective. Kicks it up there and there's Daniel Waddell takes the mark. So presenting well, started with a flurry, the Tigers, kicks it up towards half forward, there's Brunn, leapt for the footy, couldn't take the mark, spilled over the back, good work there by Ben King and Mick Agnello. I reckon there's a free kick, yeah there is, it's against Mick Agnello. And it's going to go down there towards Anthony Brunn, I think, went for a second effort and Mick Agnello gave him one fair square in the back, so he'll have a shot from goal. Tight in the pocket, has a shot. Missed it, kicked it to the near side, so through for another minus score for the Tigers. 3 goals, 7-25. Hastings 2-5-17. 8 points the difference on the Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard. And it will be Damien Stone. Former Hastings player, went to Coringal for a few seasons, now back at home at Hastings as Christian Ongarello, just warming up. Let's hope that he hasn't got an injury. Has been injury-riddled throughout his career, both, mainly at Frankston in the Dolphins in the VFL. Good work there by Kane Stratton. The lesser of the two Strattons who come across, but he's certainly impressed in the pre-season. Goes out towards the big source, Mulhurran. Couldn't get the footy. Falling over it there. Good work by Hastings again. Dan Gormley comes up with the footy though. Has a bounce on the outer wing position. Sold some candy. Goes to Ricky Johnson. Fumbled the footy. Attacked the footy hard. There was good work by the Blues. That was Taylor Stratton on that occasion. Comes out to Braden Dennis. Cop one around the chops. The umpire said not much in it. Finally picked up there by Daniel Gertz. Goes inside. A couple to beat there was Toby Banks. And taking the mark was Rains. Wants to play on immediately, does so now, comes to the outer side, Luke Hewitt flies, couldn't take the mark. Luke O'Neill tried to take on McVeigh, couldn't take the ball with him. McVeigh was a wonderful tackle, and eventually the umpire will come in and bounce. True members wing. 8 points the difference. Tigers in control on the scoreboard at the moment. Luke O'Neill and Mulhurran again. The big source got that one. Stratton got brought to ground. Didn't have it. Wishart, handball out the back. Found Kane Stratton. Around the corner to Mawson. Standing under it there was Daniel Lee. And he took the mark there for the Tigers. Goes in short. Nice kick too. Found Hutchison in the centre of the ground. Another little one there was to Banks. Here's the run that we've been looking for. Gertz tucks the ball under his arm. Kicks the ball out towards Brunn. One grab, two. Took the mark. And there's a mismatch there with Ben King. He's going to be too agile, too quick, too clever, too strong for the youngster, and it proved to be the case on that occasion. Again, good ball movement through the centre.
Absolutely. It's just goes to show again. You get the ball in there quickly, and you just create. They create the space. There's less Blues dropping back, and there's more room for them to be able to use the ball more effectively.
Spot on, Paul Satter with special comments this afternoon. A lot of senior footy for the Somerville Football Club as coming in for Anthony Brunn. He had a shot a couple of seconds ago. He missed that one. As he got this one, he has. Great goal there from Anthony Brunn, and that's goal number 4 for the Tigers, and they just steady. 4 goals, 7 to 2 goals, 5 on the Ryan Dromana Community Bendigo Bank scoreboard. So the first one was just a sider, was it, Paul, in this forward pocket?
Yeah, look, I don't know about that one. I think what was it? It was Brun, Anthony Brun, wasn't it? Found plenty of the Sports Power sign on the side there, courtesy of Michael Agnello, and I think maybe we're still seeing Sports Power, when he went for the kick.
Just imprinted in his forehead.
That's it, ingrained.
Well, we're back in the centre of the ground. Up once again, Lukey O'Neill versus Mulhurran. Comes down, good work, Rains, who's found himself in the middle of the ground now. Goes up towards half forward. Luke Hewitt for the ball, terrific. Right foot snap around the corner, needs to bring it back, couldn't. And through for a minor score, but great work there by Luke Hewitt. So the Blues add a further behind to their score. 2 goals 4 to 4 goals 7. 15 points the difference. Ricky Johnson, usually a beautiful kick in. Geez, that was well weighted over the head of Kessel. It went down Braden Dennis's throat. Kicks it up wing. Geez, things have opened up here. If he can move the ball quickly, he wants to. He gets around. Good work there by Hutchison. Kicks the ball inside 50. Up they go. Couldn't take the mark there was Slocum. At the fall of the ball, Brun couldn't take it. Keeley, some wonderful defensive work there.
Wow.
Switches play. Comes to the members' side. McVeigh, sweeping handball to Rains. He's got Lee to beat. He did it, and he did it nicely. Finally gets a handball out. Hewitt gave it, almost handed it to McVeigh. Got tackled to the ground. Dromana's pressure's lifted. They dive on top of him. Umpires found a free kick. Push in the back, and it's on in there. Couple of cheapies thrown in there, I think, as there was plenty of players wanting to dive in. Glenn Mickey's on the bottom of the pack, the coach, just asserting his authority. And again, guess who? Jaden Aratsoglu was the antagonist who got up with him as Ricky J gets the ball, kicks it up towards half forward. Up they fly. Nobody could take the mark. Brun off the field, off the ground was good. Banks usually good in this situation. Overran it. Waddell picks it up off the ground, got pushed in the back. Handball out was terrific. Great second effort there by Daniel Waddell. And kicking the goal there was Anthony Brun. And another one to the Tigers. They kick goal number 5 and they stretch their lead, Paul.
Absolutely. The Tigers capitalising when the ball hits the ground in the forward line. The Blues are going to have to do something to mop that up because once it hits the ground, they're just too quick for him at present.
Very, very dangerous with Toby Banks and Paul Minchington both inside 50. Jay Hutchison loves it up there as well. Anthony Brun, we know, is a notable goal kicker. So all of a sudden the Tigers forward line looks a little bit more potent as Luke O'Neill continues in the ruck. Michael Falconer still on the bench for the Tigers. Nothing seems to be an issue with him though. He's ready to rock and roll.
No, I think the big fellas are just, trying to avoid the heat and just, go 1 quarter for 1 quarter.
Well, they're probably just trying to tire out the big source too, because he's probably their main ruckman, isn't he, for Hastings. So the ball goes inside 50 now for the Blues. Third man up there was Johnson. There's a free kick. It's going Hastings' way. And it's going to go down there to Daniel Wishart. So he got one for the arm being held, the umpire said, against Michael Hunter. Ricky Johnson was going to be the third man up. But Daniel Wishart, no stranger to goals, loves them, knows how to kick them. Beautiful kick of the footy usually, very straight. His side trails by 19 points and they need this one. A flow to that one. Pack flies, nobody could take the mark. They should be trying to mop it through. Mirabella wanted to claim the goal off the ground. Umpire said no. It was rushed. And the Tigers will take the free kick. It'll be Ricky Johnson, their skipper, to bring the ball back into play. Goes short. Bump ball it was. They're in trouble here now, the Tigers, as Clark gets tackled there by Kessel. They come in to support. Good work there in the end by the Tigers. No, lucky to get out of that one. Very lucky as Terry Wheeler took the ball over the line out of bounds. So the umpire to bring the ball back into play. Right forward pocket, 45 metres around from their goal. Ball comes in. Minchington caught one high. Umpire said nothing there. Glenn Mickey tackled, well held. Umpire forced to come in and bounce.
Yes, Michael Falconer back on the ground now into the ruck. He's just replaced
Luke O'Neill.
Luke O'Neill, that's the one, yeah.
So the ball comes down towards Wishart, kicks the ball forward. Ongarello wins it, gives it there towards Sean Clark. Needs to use his speed, does so now. Kicks it out there towards Toby Banks. The foot race is on. Hull's right with him. Two little blokes who have got plenty of speed out there in Banks and Hull, and eventually the boundary line beats them both. And on the outer wing position, the ball will be thrown back into play. Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard sees Dromana 5 goals, 737. Leading Hastings 2 goals, 7-19. 3 straight kicks in it. Great work by Falconer. The ruck work was perfect. Got it down there towards Hutchison now. Wheels around onto the right foot. Up towards Waddell, and the Duck takes it. Attacked the footy hard. Took it on the chest and will line up for his first goal this afternoon. Of course, kicked 5 last week and lining up for goal number 1 this afternoon. About 35 metres out. No real angle to speak of. No wind advantage to either end, you would suspect, as some players get a well-earned drink from the trainers who sprint onto the ground. Daniel Waddell, not a great kick again. He might have the yips, I reckon. He's just taking the 1 or 2 steps. Not happy with himself, hands on hips. But he's getting the footy, and it's a pretty good start. So it's through for a minor score. The scoreboard is 19 points the difference as Damien Stone waits for the pill to come back. And he'll restart play in the second quarter in this round 1 match of the day on RPPFM. 98.7 or 98.3 as the ball goes to half forward. Good work there by Brun to punch the ball to the ground. They got some numbers there. Naratsaglu wants a runner inside, gets Wood. Wood goes out wide, too wide on that occasion. Banks tries to keep the ball in, but I reckon the line beat him. It did. Over the line, out of bounds. 50 metres around from the Tigers' goal, outer side of the ground.
That's it. Peter Mawson just on the ground now for Nick Rains. So plenty of changes going for both sides. It must be pretty warm out there.
Up they go. Good work by Falconer again. Went over the back. Twice he's done that. Hastings haven't picked it. Gormley with a bounce. Left foot snap at goal. Misses. Again, should have done more with that opportunity, but terrific work there by Falconer to tap the ball over the back. And the Blues are going to get on top of that. He's done it a couple of times now. Kick up the ground. Good work there by Hewitt. Up towards the wing position. Looking for his teammate there in Stratton. Couldn't take the mark. And the ball goes over the line and out of bounds. It was Wishart, in fact, who couldn't take that mark. So the true wing position, outer side of the ground. Up they go again. Be interested to see what Falconer does on this occasion. Front and centre on this occasion. Hull, handball, went towards the boundary line. Ball eventually goes over the line out of bounds. The captain for the Blues, or joint captain out there, Paul Rogash, sees the ball over the line out of bounds. So take 3. Groundhog Day.
That's right.
So the young fella, King, up against Falconer. Falconer went with the fist. It wasn't the greatest of knockouts. Comes down to Mawson. So Peter Mawson kicks the ball inside. Wasn't a great kick, and it went straight down the throat of Christian Ongarello. Goes out wide. Brun needs to mark in front of McVeigh. He does. He's got a sweeper inside. Was Johnson. Johnson to Lee. Went through Lee's hands. He's got some support there. It's Ongarello. Sweeping handball out to the members. Wing found Ricky Johnson. Goes for a worm burner, looking for a teammate there in Sam Gertz. But chipping in and taking the mark there was Peter Mawson. So Mawson's got the ball for the Blues. Kicks it up towards half forward. Pack flies looking for McVeigh. Couldn't find him. Wishart, front and centre. Got out of there far too easy. Just dodged and weaved. Kicked the ball up towards full forward. The pack fly. Mickey's got 4 to beat. He did well, Glenn Mickey, to hold the ball in because Dromana had the numbers. And eventually the ball will be bounced about 20 metres directly in front of Hastings' goal. Oh, look, very easy for Daniel Wishart on that occasion, Paul. Just here out at half forward.
Yeah, very much so. Almost too easy.
So up they go. Falconer's got to belt this ball out of there. Wishart tried to attack the ball hard. Comes out towards Gormley. Handball to Ricky Johnson. Needs to go long. Goes backwards. Jay Naratsaglu goes short. It's going to go out in the full, is it? Yes, it is. Brun tried to keep it in. Couldn't. And Jason Kessel will take the free kick. Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard 5-9-39 Dromana. The visitors 2-7-19 as Kessel has got the ball. Probably too far out to score from there. About 50 metres out. On an angle. Is a beautiful kick. Fancies his chances from here. It'll bring the stands down if he can kick it. Goes to the point of the square. He'll need a fly. McVeigh over the back. Good work there by Jane Naratsaglu and Christian Ongarello. See the ball over the line and through for a minor score for the Tigers. For the Blues, rather. 2 goals 5 to 5 goals 9. As the ball comes out there towards Minchington, needs to get into the game. Sam Gertz got one in the back. Geez, his recovery was sensational. They jumped into him. Finally, it comes out there towards Steve Hull. Wants to get onto that left foot. It might be Rogash. In fact, it was. Kicks it up towards full forward, but Ricky Johnson's there. He's got Daniel Lee. Defensive 50. Goes out wide. Wheeler's got to go. Needs to take the mark. Push in the back if you like. Yes. Free kick was there every day of the week. And Wheeler takes the free kick. Goes in short, looking for Hutchison's. Got a runner inside. It's Clark. Clark through the centre of the ground. Goes out wide. An ambitious kick. Good work there by Wood at the fall of the ball's got some support in Joyce. Joyce now gets onto the left foot. Goes towards Hogan. Needs to mark. Did and cop one high. Umpire said not much in it. He'll go back and probably too far out for him. Liam Hogan wants to go short. Look, Braden Dennis has just crept up there inside 50 as easy as you like. And Braden Dennis, not the longest kick in the comp either, but we'll give it some sort of a nudge from there. So this to stretch the margin to 25 points. It'll be a very, very handy lead as we approach time on. He started it right and brought it back. That's a lovely kick, Braden Dennis. Terrific kick into the side today, Braden Dennis. That's goal number 6 for the Tigers. They move on to 6 goals, 9-45, leading Hastings, 2 goals, 8-20. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
My back, shoulders, and my neck.
Do you hurt? Have you got that nagging pain that just won't go away? Are you an athlete? Do you ride horses and ask a lot of them? Are you unbalanced? Give Shaz's Bowen Therapy and Equine Muscle Release Therapy a call to help you with gentle, non-invasive treatments for you or your horses.
The gentle way to bring peace and harmony into your lives and improve the performance of your horse. Call Shazza today on 0428 734 903.
Hi, this is Megan Gale, and when I'm on the Peninsula, I love listening to RPPFM.
Well, there we go. We get the very, very best listening to RPPFM. The great Megan Gale, if you don't mind, Paul Satter. They're just queuing up to be part of RPP football.
That's it, mate. I just gave her a call and told her to put the kettle on because I'll be home soon.
Well, there's a free kick and 50-metre penalty for the Tigers. I'm not sure who it was against, but I reckon it might have been Hull. Stephen Hull might have just given Michael Hunter one a little bit high. And as a result, Michael Hunter's got the resultant free kick, and he'll have a shot for goal from about 50 metres out. Too far out to score from there, I reckon. He's going to be long and hoping that somebody can crumb it for him. He gets very close to the man on the mark. Kicks it up towards the point of the square. The pack fly. Brunn takes the mark. Anthony Brunn's taken the mark right up against the boundary line. Terrific grab.
Yeah, he's been very good today, Anthony. Getting plenty of it, both down in the forward line and up further up the ground as well.
Well, he responded. We asked for him to lift at quarter time because he wasn't presenting enough, and he's bobbed up with 2 goals. He's missed that one, though. So 2 goals, 2 for the quarter. 2 up against the boundary line, and he's kicked 2 others. So having a real significant impact in this second quarter. So the Tigers still in control at the moment, doing all things right. The back line working very nicely.
Yeah, they're just managing to find numbers at the stoppages as well. The Tigers, they're getting plenty of it, and there's just managing to work it forward. Where Hastings seem to be just short.
Their zone's very good at the moment too. Very, very difficult to get the ball out
Arms
of the zone.
up all over the place.
Interesting to see Gavin Artico and Glenn Mickey just having a quiet joke on the interchange bench there. Mickey on the ground, of course, and standing near Gavin Artico had a wry smile as Artico said something. Coaching interleague together they are, Paul, so good mates they are off the field. As the ball comes there towards Michael Hunter, geez, he copped one high. The umpire said nothing there. No, the umpire, the third umpire off the ball. Terrific work, great communication there by the umpires. Found a free kick for the Tigers. A kick goes backwards towards Ricky Johnson, who's got the ball now. Wants to go short. That's an ambitious kick, but geez, it was pinpoint accuracy. It was beautiful. Free kick, 50-metre penalty against Colin McVeigh, who ran through the mark, which will take Ryan Slocum inside 50 and about 30 metres out from goal, I'd suspect. So another undisciplined act, this time by a Hastings player.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. I tell you what, that kick was an absolute doozy, but the switch was on there for the Tigers. They had numbers across the other side of the ground that could have really opened the game up. So bit of a lucky one, but yeah, certainly some numbers. A good spread from the Tigers across the ground.
So Ryan Slocum comes in and kicks the goal. Another one for the Tigers. They move to 7 goals, 10-52. Hastings 2 goals, 8-20, and all of a sudden it's a 32-point ball game on the Rye and Dromana Community Bank scoreboard.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, the Tigers just creeping away now. They've got a bit of run in their legs and just making the Blues look a little bit slow at present.
First time sponsors with us this afternoon, Roger McMillan Real Estate in Dromana on Point Nepean Road, 211B to be precise. So for all your real estate needs, make sure that you head out to Roger McMillan Real Estate. good supporters of the Dromana Footy Club. Saw the banner out before at quarter time surrounding the huddle, so good to have them on board. And as always, great to have Ryan Dromana Community Bank with us as well as the ball goes into the centre again. Free kick there's got to go towards Taylor Stratton for a trip, and the umpire picked that one up. So he's been a little quieter in this quarter, Stratton. Sweeping handball finds Rains. Rains looks further afield. Gets brought to the ground. The umpire said not a lot in it. Great work there by McVeigh. Worked his opponent under the footy. There's Mirabella again. Kick off the ground. Terrific. So they needed that one desperately, Hastings, and it came through the form of Tony Mirabella. And finally they get their third goal and first for the second quarter. And the margin's back to 26 points on the Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, that's it. Big one for the Blues there. They needed that one, and Tony Mirabella just letting them know down there as well about that one.
He is. He laid some good tackles as well. So they 3 goals, 8-26 to 7 goals, 10-52. So points certainly the dominating factor this afternoon in this game as we approach half-time. The Blues desperately needed that one, and we'll get an opportunity to reassess, recharge the batteries during the break. Up they go once again. Luke O'Neill, Mulhurran got high that time. Got a very, very nice tap out. Taylor Stratton got a handball out. Went to no one in particular. Comes out towards Gertz. Gertz to Joyce. Joyce to Wood. And Wood kicks the ball up towards half forward. Leaves Toby Banks with a plenty of work to do. Kane Stratton there. Dives on top of the footy. Gets a handball out. Didn't have a lot of support. Good work there by the Tigers. They got numbers. Goes up towards half forward. But chipping in and taking a good mark there was the big source, Mulhurran. Wasted no time. Gave to Stratton down to half forward. Keely's been moved forward to give them something down there. Has worked for them in the past. And he's the go-to man, Andy Keely, as he kicks the ball inside 50. Now they stretch, they push. The umpire said it's a free kick. It's going to Tony Mirabella. And Mirabella's going to have a shot for goal number 3. Great work there by the forward for the Blues in his first game for the Hastings Footy Club. As I said, kicked 70 goals last year, lining up for goal number 3. To be the chief contributor on the ground this afternoon. Tony Mirabella to kick 2 in a row for the Blues and get them back within 3 kicks. He's done it. Great work there by Mirabella. That's 4 goals for the Blues, and they trail by just 20 points on the Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard. He's a handful.
He is a handful indeed. He's 3 goals now and a couple of goal assists as well. So he's doing I suppose 1 goal assist when we look at the scoreboard, but certainly doing his bit down there for Hastings. I reckon they'll be wrapped with him.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So Falconer in the ruck to do battle there with Josh Mulhurran. Mulhurran's taken most of the ruck work on his own. Ben King's giving him a chop out every now and again. This move's been good too. Stratton in the middle of the ground. Kicks it up towards full forward. Oh, great work. Mirabella tapped it down there towards Keely. Got legged. Umpire said nothing in it. Play on. Good work there by Christian Ongarello at the fall of the ball. Eventually, it goes over the line out of bounds. A little bit more urgency for the Blues in the last 5 minutes.
That's it. It's almost like we've seen a bit of a reversal from the last quarter. The Blues just starting to creep their way back into this game. And settled down a bit, whereas as previously they came out firing and sort of seemed to drop off a bit towards the end. So
the ball back into action again. Keely doing the ruck work. Falconer got a handball. Went to Wishart. Wishart around the corner, screaming out towards it. There was Keely. And eventually the Tigers see the ball over the line out of bounds. Left forward pocket for the Blues. They've kicked 2 on the trot. They trailed by 20 points. 5 minutes ago, that margin was 32 points. So Dromana just perhaps once again getting a little ahead of themselves. 2 players fell to ground there. Ricky Johnson just gets a mongrel punt out of defence. Just wants it cleared out of the zone. Only as far as McVeigh. Goes down towards Liam Hogan. Needs to beat a couple. Kicks it up there towards the wing position. Hastings once again have got the numbers. Colin McVeigh tucks the ball under his arm. Kicks it inside 50. Looking for Mirabella. Couldn't find him. For the ball was Rob. Got pushed over the boundary line. Eventually it goes over the line now to bounds. So it was Mirabella, in fact, it was, and Rob made sure the ball went over the line and out of bounds. Inside attacking 50 for the Blues again, looking for 3 in a row. Up they go. Keely got the tap. Naratsaglu. Smother was, his handball was smothered. They're forcing the turnover. The Blues working hard, the forwards, to try and keep the ball in and lock it in, and they're doing a good job of it. And eventually the ball goes over the line out of bounds once again.
Yeah, pretty congested in there at present. Plenty of players over the ball, so it's going to be it's going to require some quick hands and getting it into space.
Andy Keeley got the tap, gets a little kick out, only as far as Ongarello, quickly onto the foot, kicks it towards defensive 50. Gormley needed to take the mark, did, kicked it up towards to Wheeler. Wheeler's got a mark, and he does on the wing, got pulled off, there's 50. Can't be touched once he's taken the mark, it's against Stephen Hull. And, Terry Wheeler will take the free kick. Well, not the free kick. He took the mark and then copped the 50-metre penalty. Geez, I wouldn't mind buying real estate. I'm sure Roger McMillan Real Estate in Dromana would be quite happy to, or not so happy to have this bloke selling land for him. Because that was about 75-metre advantage, I reckon.
Yeah, I tell you what, and there wasn't a whole lot in that as well. It was just a hand on him, and that was enough.
So Terry Wheeler starts the ball right, hoping to work it back. Didn't do the work for him. No wind out there. So 7-11-53 to 4-8-32. 21 points the difference. Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard. Tony Mirabella for the Blues, the chief contributor on the ground with 3 goals. And for Dromana, Liam Hogan and Anthony Brunn each have 2 goals in their tally of 7. So Paul Rogash, the skipper for the Blues, will bring the ball back into play. Does so. Lovely kick to Taylor Stratton, who made some space on the members' wing. Sweeping handball from Hull, found Kessel. Kessel kicks the ball up towards half forward. Mirabella under it, Ongarello with him. Certainly the pressure has gone on to Mirabella now, with Ongarello being placed on him, and the respect that he's being given as Mirabella comes in to have a little crack at Daniel Lee as well. Didn't like the work off the ball of that player. But Ongarello clearly their best defender, Dromana's, and certainly didn't start on Tony Mirabella, put it that way.
No, that's it. I think the Dromana have sort of woken up and trying to just keep a lid on him at present.
There he is, Ongarello, got ridden into the ground. Umpire said it was a fair tackle. There wasn't much in it. Great tackle there by Glenn Mickey. So Ongarello picks himself up off the ground. Mickey's hurt himself, so he's on the deck after laying the tackle. Back up now, looking okay. Keeley versus O'Neill. Good work there by Stratton. Just took a dive and got a free kick for it. I thought he might have just buckled at the knees there deliberately. And Dromana got him a little bit high. And Taylor Stratton, who we've already seen is a terrific kick of the footy, wouldn't be without a chance here from about 48 metres out directly in front. And this would be 3 in a row for the Blues.
That's it. Clawing their way back into this game, and this will put them back in reach. Back within reach at halftime.
So Taylor Stratton, new to the club this year. He'd love this one. A lovely kick straight through the middle. That's a terrific kick by him. His first goal for the afternoon, Taylor Stratton. And they all get around him as they would for a new player. And they creep closer again. Back to under 2.5 goals here on the Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard. Terrific work again by the Blues.
That's it. Plenty of run, plenty of and just going hard at the football at present. They want it, and they're getting the reward. They're getting their result. They're getting back into this.
So the Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard sees 7 goals, 11.53 to Hastings 5 goals, 8.38. Just 15 points the difference. Luke O'Neill and Mulholland in a ruck again. Good work by Rains, was able to grab the ball. Mulholland got the jukes up, tried to get the handball out, then butters up as a rover. Good work there by Minchington for Dromana. Picked it up, left foot kick up towards full forward. Waddell comes out. Chipping in Brun. He's hurt himself badly, I reckon, as the ball goes over the line out of bounds on the full. Geez, he crashed into the turf hard.
He did, and he's a bit wobbly still. He's beginning to peel himself up off the ground now, but I reckon that one would have hurt.
Yeah, that right leg. That's a bit of pain there for that right leg. Toby Banks got one. The ball wouldn't sit for him. Mawson, they got the numbers back here. David Hull, sweeping handball. Still got Mawson, who's got a bit of time. Kicks it out there towards Jason Kessel, who takes the mark in front of Naratsaglu. Further afield, up they go towards Luke Hewitt. Couldn't take the mark, and it's come off his foot, in fact. Bump ball. And Sean Clark will take the free kick out of wing position. Goes up, good kick, and he's booted out in the full as well. So I thought it was a nice kick to Jay Naratsaglu, but the boundary line beat him as they go inside now. Kessel unloads with a barrel.
The barrel.
He does it beautifully, only as far as Ricky Johnson, though, who takes the mark. He likes what he sees on the member side of the ground. Daniel Lee's got to get it and go. He does. Gets the ball under the arm, kicks it up there towards Wheeler. Wheeler's got McVeigh to beat. Now he's got to go and use that pace. He does now. McVeigh's going to track him down. Good work there by Wheeler. Was composed. Kicked it to the point of the square. Needs a mark. Couldn't find it. And taking the mark there was the Blues. McVeigh and Wheeler having a bit of a how do you do. Umpire says play on. Kane Stratton dodges, weaves, got some support in Stone inside, half back. Was going to kick it, then decided he could run a couple more spots. He did. Kicked it towards half forward. Mirabella's got a free kick for a push out. No, it's Keeley. They wanted to play on. The umpire's given them the advantage. Mirabella right foot snap around the corner. Goal to the Blues. They move to 6 goals, 8.44, 9 points the difference. Dromana 7 goals, 11.53. That's on the Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard, and that's 4 goals to Tony Mirabella.
That's it. Another one on the board. It was a little bit uncertain there, President. I think the umpire blew his whistle, and there wasn't a whole lot of certainty as to what was going on at one point, and then suddenly called advantage, and Tony was in a good position. So a bit of luck towards Hastings' way. Michael Agnello actually pretty solid down there in defence at present. He's just getting his body in the right spot when it's up in the air, and he's finding the footy well.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a long time. Mick Agnello, no doubt about that. And he's the co-captain with Paul Rogash there for the Blues. Terrific work. To get back into the contest, they were 32 points down halfway through the quarter. They're back to within 9 points. After leading themselves by 14 points at one stage in the first quarter. The ball comes out. It was a throw, I think, against Damien Stone. It is. The free kick will go there towards Gertz, I reckon it is. Daniel Gertz. So he's got for the Tigers. They must respond here, Dromana, and kick the next one. Sean Clark. Geez, they put him under pressure then. Kicks it out there, up the ground. There's a free kick. Where's that going? It's against Josh Mulherron. Nothing in that at all. Nothing in that at all, but they've paid the advantage and a kick down the ground. So it was a slight bump from Josh Mulherron when Sean Clark kicked the footy. Didn't look much in it to me.
Yeah, no, pretty soft that one, but it's sometimes all it takes. Just get him at the wrong angle there, and you can give away a free kick pretty easily, especially the big fellow such as himself.
So Toby Banks it is who's got the resultant free kick further down the ground. So Toby Banks now will come in from about 45. Set sail, they need it badly. He's missed too. Oh. Geez, they're missing some shots. Dromana 7 goals, 12.54. Hastings 6 goals, 8.44. 10 points the difference on the Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard. Remember, for all your real estate needs, best on ground today, Roger McMillan Real Estate in Dromana, 211 Point Nepean Road. Proud sponsors of the Dromana Footy Club and certainly RPPFM this afternoon as Sean Clark gets a sweeping handball. Good work there by Joyce. Found the ball back into the centre of the ground and Mick Hunter's got the footy. So just regaining their composure a little bit here, the Tigers. Taking the mark, there's Jay Hutchison with Anthony Brun off the ground. He's got a lot more work to do across that half-forward line, Jay. Plenty of players moving inside. He's going to have to go long. Falconer's deep. Hastings have got some numbers back there. Hutchison now unloads. Goes to the point of the square. Falconer's got to run at it. Couldn't take the mark. Banks front and centre. Left foot snap goal.
He's done well.
Terrific play there. Falconer come from 3 or 4 deep. And brought the ball forward, and Banks got himself in the right position to kick Dromana's 8th. 8 goals, 12.60 to 6 goals, 8.44. Back to 16 points on the Ryan Dromana Community Bank scoreboard.
That's it. The Tigers just keeping their nose in front again. Just goes to show, the last couple of times the ball's gone down into their forward 50, it's just gone really wide out into the pockets, and they haven't been able to really get much from it. But as soon as it gets fired into the top of that square, they're all over it, and we've just seen a goal because of it, I think.
So good work there by Daniel Lee as well. He's winning the ball across half-back. 8 goals, 13.60. 6 goals, 8.44. Good work there by Taylor Stratton. Grabbed the ball out of the ruck jewel. Kicks it up towards half-forward, only as far as Ricky Johnson. Ever reliable Ricky Johnson. Beautiful kick found Gormley. Gormley's got the ball. Little short kick in. Found Minchington. Again, just edging the ball forward, the Tigers. They'd love another one before half-time. There it is. They're not going to get it, but they were able to kick the last goal of the quarter to go in at half-time. 8 goals, 12.60 to 6 goals, 8.44. We'll go to a quick break and we'll be back with a half-time wrap. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Harvey Wreckers Langwarren offer huge savings. The largest pick-apart yard on the Mornington Peninsula, 60 years in the business. Over 1,000 cars across 8 acres. All makes and models up to 2003. Open 7 days a week, dollar entry, bring your own